Okay, so our last video is about signing the document, preparing it for signatures, putting in your client's initials, signatures, etc., and then sending it to your client to sign, and for yourself to sign as the co-op agent as well. So on the back end, what I've done is I have signed that document that we just went through for 280 Roselawn. I've signed it as the cooperating agent, and I have actually signed it for the buyer. You will get notification via email that that document has the completion of that document. Okay. So once it's signed, you'll get a confirmation via email, basically. What you can now do is you log back into SkySlope if it's taken a while, or if it's pretty much immediate, you just find yourself back into SkySlope Forms. This is the original page that we were on in the first video. You'll see here that your file is created under file name representation and forms and envelopes. So you can see here forms and envelopes are separated. Forms, there were 10 forms that we used, and there's one envelope at this current moment because we sent that once to our client to sign. So you can kind of click here, you can rename, duplicate, or you can archive it. But what we want to do is we want to click envelopes. Okay, you could click the file as well, and it'll get you to the forms. But really what you want now is envelopes, because we're going to be submitting this to the office now. So let's just, for simplicity's sake, let's say your initial offer one to the seller was accepted. Okay, so now you've got documents in an envelope. Now you want to click these three dots here. You are given the option to download the envelope as a single PDF, or you can download the envelope in individual PDFs in a zip file. Okay, either one is totally fine. Individual PDFs is easy enough, but it's going to download it to your desktop, and downloading to a single PDF as well is going to download to your desktop. If you download it as individual PDFs, it makes it a little bit easier to upload as in a checklist. So I'm not going to go through that one just because it is easier. We're going to go through single PDF because we're also going to learn how to split your documents as well. Okay, so we're going to download this as a single envelope. Okay, currently downloading. I use Chrome, so this is where it is. Okay, so it's right here. Okay, so keeping that in mind, you can drag it to your desktop, or you can leave it in your downloads. It's also going to be here. I use a Mac and I'm on Chrome. Okay, so we've downloaded all of our signed documents. We're going to go up here to click apps. Okay, so we are now going to go to SkySlope. This is where you are going to create, it sounds kind of weird, but you're going to create a new transaction. Okay, so this is for the office purpose, not for signing documents or anything like that. This is just for when you are submitting this transaction. So we click create new. Because this is a purchase or a tenancy, we're going to click transaction. If you are uploading a listing, that's a different story. So we're going to click create new transaction. Okay, so here you see the information listed. You have all your files, all your transactions that are in your SkySlope forms. We're going to select Roselawn because that's the listing or the property that we're currently dealing with. Okay, so we're going to input all of this information. Let's just say it was dollars. Okay, make sure that all of, I hope that's still inputs. Cool. We're going to go through this really quickly. Accepted date, say it was today, country, Canada, type of representation, purchase. Okay, closing date, say it's next week. Please choose a checklist type. Checklist type. Checklist type. We are Ontario. Ontario, offer for sale. Okay. Now we need to fill out some more information here. But what I want to draw your attention to is this email address specifically for this transaction. Okay, so you could send documents to this email address and they will auto-populate into your documents, which you'll see up here in a few minutes once we go through all of this. Okay, so lawyer information. Let's just click next. See if we can kind of go through some of this. Let's click You're going to go through all of this and put in your client's lawyer's details, lender details if you have it, home warranty, and miscellaneous. Okay, let's see if we can submit this and really get into the real information that we need to input here. Okay, deposit amount, 100,000. No, because we are not listing brokerage. Okay. Let's see if we can get through that component. Okay. Because this is what we really want to focus on with our documents and uploading to our checklist. Because we have specifically selected that this is an offer for sale and we are representing the buyer, you will see these specific documents. If you were representing a tenant, it would be different documents that you'll see in your checklist. Okay. Now, see here, some are required, some are if applicable. And then once you've uploaded them, which we'll do, you'll see that they are in review, okay, or accepted. So now we are in our checklist. This is where you're going to be uploading your documents. But we first need to get our documents into this transaction folder, okay? We have all of the documents here, okay? These are pre-populated because we've selected the specific transaction. However, if you are uploading which you will be uploading documents into your checklist, which have gone through a negotiation of redacting information, inputting new information with the seller's initials, these will not include that. These are your initial documents. Okay, so that's why we downloaded our finalized copy, the full accepted offer. Okay, what we're going to do is we need to upload a document. So we're going to go into our documents here. This is how it's for me, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to drag and drop that entire document into here. And we can see that the first document, the accepted offer with every form is here. Okay, we can click split. So this is how you're going to split all of your documents if you did not download them individually into a zip file. Now, what's awesome is it uses some sort of AI to automatically split your documents, which is fantastic. Okay. So you've got your buyer rep, your confirmation of co-op, your APS, and it's auto selected pages from and to. So what you want to do is you can either just trust this, but I wouldn't go through everything. So scroll through the documents to make sure that the auto split has actually done this correctly. So page 1 through 4. Okay, so that's 1, 3. So 1 to 4. Perfect. It's included our schedule. Now page 5 to page 6 should be our confirmation of co-op, right? So we're kind of getting the gist of that. Go through everything and make sure that it all aligns. If you need to edit any of these, you just click this one and you can drop down and you say, okay, it's actually page 15. Click 15 and then to page 16, or maybe it's only one page, which it is for your 801. Okay. Now that you've successfully split all of your documents, okay, into the right forms, you can either select split and it will just split them, or you can split and assign, which I would recommend doing, because now what you're going to be able to do is assign them to a specific checklist. Okay. Now, because we have selected here our checklist item as buyer representation, agreement of purchase and sale, they are being automatically input into your checklist. Okay, so we're going to go back to our checklist. You'll be able to see that our documents are now in review. Okay, now there are some which are still required. Okay, so we can click attach, and then we will be able to drag and find that document, the confirmation of co-op, on our desktop if you have individually downloaded each file. Right? You can either attach and find it on your desktop or on your computer, or you can find it and then drag it into this section. Okay. Now that you have successfully put all of the documents into your checklist, the deals team will now review it.